这个故事如果你听起来不累，那么你的听力水平在生活中是完全够用的。要持续提升英文，记得点击订阅按钮。我们开始吧。
The story begins in the middle of a dusty road in the American South more than 100 years ago. A small town sat between fields and woods. People knew each other, and they loved a good argument almost as much as they loved a good meal. One hot afternoon, a hunter walked into the town store. His boots were muddy, and a long rifle rested on his shoulder. The man was proud of his skill. He spoke loudly so everyone in the room could hear him. He said no bird in the woods could escape him. Not a duck, not a goose, not even the fastest crow in the sky. People laughed. Hunters always liked to brag, but this man sounded very sure of himself. Near the door sat an older farmer who had heard many big promises in his life. He slowly lifted his head and looked at the hunter. The farmer asked a simple question. "If you are such a great hunter, can you shoot a crow right now?" The hunter smiled right away. For him, this sounded like an easy win. "Of course I can." A few people followed them outside. The sun was bright and the air smelled like dry grass. Crows were circling above the trees, calling in their rough voices. The hunter lifted his rifle and took aim. Bang! A black bird dropped from the sky and landed in the dirt. The small crowd clapped and laughed. The hunter stood tall, enjoying the moment. He looked back at the farmer with a proud grin. But the farmer was not done yet. He said something that made the hunter's smile freeze. "Good shot. Now eat it." For a moment the road became very quiet. Everyone knew crows were not food people wanted. Their meat was dark, tough, and had a strong wild taste. Even hungry travelers usually avoided them. The hunter laughed nervously and thought the farmer was joking. But the farmer did not laugh. "You said you could shoot a crow. I believe you. Now show us you can eat one." The crowd began to murmur. A few people crossed their arms. Others waited with wide eyes. The hunter realized something very important. He had walked into a trap built from his own big words. If he refused, the whole town would remember the moment. His proud speech in the store would turn into a joke told for years. The hunter looked down at the black bird on the ground. Its feathers were dull in the sunlight. This was not the victory meal he imagined. Still, pride can push a person to do strange things. He built a small fire near the road. Someone brought an old pan. Another person added a little salt. The crow went into the pan. The smell soon filled the air. It was sharp and heavy, nothing like the smell of chicken or duck. The hunter cut a small piece and lifted it slowly. A few people leaned closer. Others covered their mouths to hide a smile. He took a bite. His face changed right away. The meat was hard to chew. The taste was strong and bitter. It felt like every bad decision in his life had gathered inside that one mouthful. But the hunter kept chewing. Someone in the crowd started laughing. Soon more people joined. By the time he swallowed the last piece, the lesson was already clear. Big words can lead to very strange meals. After that day, people in the town began using a new phrase. When someone bragged too much and later had to admit they were wrong, people would grin and say the same thing. "Looks like you have to eat crow." The phrase slowly spread across the country. Newspapers printed it. Travelers carried it from town to town. It became a simple way to describe a painful moment of pride turning into embarrassment. Years passed, and the old road disappeared. The small store closed. The hunter's name faded away. But the phrase stayed. Even now, people still use it when someone must admit a mistake after speaking too boldly. Maybe you have seen this happen. A friend says a test will be easy, then walks out of the classroom with a worried face. Someone laughs at another person's plan, then later copies the same idea. A worker promises a job will take 1 hour, then spends the whole night fixing the problem. In moments like these, the feeling is the same as that hunter standing beside the dusty road with a piece of crow in his hand. No one enjoys that taste. Yet almost everyone has felt it at least once. Pride grows fast when things are going well. Words come out quickly. Promises become bigger than reality. Then life changes direction. And suddenly the meal on the table is not sweet success. It is crow. The strange thing is that moments like this can also teach something useful. After a person eats crow once or twice, they usually speak a little slower next time. They listen more carefully. They laugh more easily when they make mistakes. Because they remember that dusty road, that heavy smell from the pan, and the crowd waiting quietly. So the next time someone near you speaks with great confidence about something uncertain, you might smile and think about that old story. And the next time you feel ready to promise the impossible, you may hear a quiet warning in your mind. Careful. You might be the next person sitting by the fire, learning what crow tastes like.
能以非母语者的身份专注学习到现在，这本身就是很棒的进步。真诚感谢你的观看。如果你觉得本期内容实用，点赞或留言让我知道你的想法，这对我持续创作非常重要。我们下期见。